I wanted to quickly talk to you about the Fairfield market, what's happening out there. I'm seeing more properties hit the market. This is a good thing, guys. There are 79 single-family homes on the market as of this moment. That's up because we were at 53, I think, last time we did a report, which is a week and a half ago. 79, that's great. Currently, there are 57 homes. No, there are 37 homes that are CTS. 56 homes that are pending and 14 homes traded in the last 7 days. So activity strong here in Fairfield, Connecticut. What a beautiful place to live. Down here at the green, Chentro over there. Got Saugatuck Suites over here. And of course, if you are a fan of the Firehouse Deli, for the good stuff during the day. Anyway, that's what we got going on. Just wanted to pop on and talk to you guys real quick about the market. Any questions, make sure you reach out to me, let me know. I currently have buyers in almost all the towns in Lower Fairfield County, and they're still looking for that right home, and doesn't seem to be out there. So you may have that home. You may know somebody with that home or somebody who's considering selling their house. At least let them know. They should reach out to me so we could have a conversation and see if I don't have the buyer, someone in my office might, or at least the entire sales force. I always consider the entire market my sales force. I'm the guy at the helm with the marketing, and I'm out there with the video and cinematic experience, but then I rely on my sales force out there to take my content, take my polished product, put it in front of their client. That client says, hey, I'm going to open up my wallet and buy said house that Mark gave us this experience at. So that to me is what it's all about, is an experience. It's not just listing homes. We want people to understand what about that home makes it special. How are you, sir? Beautiful dog. Is that a Portuguese water dog?
No,
Ah.
he's 50% standard poodle, and he's 50% cane corso.
Wow.
Which I'd never heard of prior to
I had you just said I never heard of that either until now.
It's an Italian Mastiff.
Wow, beautiful.
That was bred to guard the Roman Empire.
Wow.
120 to 140 pounds.
Wow, that's amazing.
He's just a puppy.
You know, and everyone said Rome will never fall. You know?
The dog held it up.
That dog held it up.
What are you doing?
I'm a realtor in Fairfield County, and I do a show called Discover Connecticut. And I try to highlight the communities. With Coldwell Banker.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you live in town?
I do.
How long you been in town?
Since 1893.
Can I interview you for a second? That's what I do here, is I talk to people and try
Really?
to. Yeah. Why don't you come on? They'll get to see this beautiful dog too.
Come on, Rex.
Come on, Rex. Come here, pup. Hey. I got 2 dogs at home. He's probably smelling them.
Oh, he's got a lot of energy.
Yeah, he sure does.
Oh, hey.
That makes for a good video, guys. I get mauled on camera by
That's right.
the Mastiff. He's protecting the Roman Empire.
He certainly is.
So what's your name?
My name is Glenn.
Glenn Mark Pyers.
He does this when we tend to talk a lot.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
He gets a little excited.
He sure does.
How old is he?
He's 14 months.
Oh, beautiful,
I
beautiful.
found him at the shelter here in Fairfield.
Good
He was
for
7
you.
weeks old,
Good for you.
and he was dying. He had been abandoned. And
So sad.
I said, well, I want to take him home. So they said, let us see if we can keep him alive. And then they had to advertise him in the paper for 2 weeks after he lived.
Oh, just to make
because
sure.
he'd been abandoned. They
Hey,
said
pup.
nobody will reply. So I went down there for about 3 weeks in a row and spent an hour and a half every day with him.
That's so nice of you.
And it was just wonderful. And I talked
You
to
fell in love with him.
the town vet. Well, our dog had died 8 months before, so,
Oh, so it's
it
about
was time.
time.
So anyway, I talked to the town vet, and I said, what is he? And the town vet said, he's a mutt. He's another mutt. And I said, any idea how big he'll be? He said, I've seen 10,000 mutts, and he's not going to be any bigger than 35 pounds.
What's
So
he, about 85?
He's 80 now,
I was going to say,
and growing, and he's starting to fill out now.
that's a wonderful story. You know, we have an Australian cattle dog,
Oh, they're
and
beautiful.
we kept getting messages from the companies that we were speaking to. We were trying to find a shelter.
1 second.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey, I'll call you back in 10. Sorry about that.
No problem. So we got one dog, and then the same shelters were sending us other dogs.
Yeah.
And they sent this beautiful Saint Bernard mix, and they were like, they're gonna euthanize it on Friday if you don't come. or someone doesn't
That's
come.
mean.
So my wife goes, we're getting another dog. I was like, what? But I've always wanted a St. Bernard. So like it was,
really?
and she's not a massive St. Bernard. She's the mix where she's half the size, but still
Okay,
about
but-
95 pounds.
Yeah.
So I can relate.
Not as sloppy, hopefully.
Not as sloppy, not as much drooling.
So
But
how's your business? Good?
good, yeah. You know, what I'm doing is trying to meet people out here because I have buyers and I can't find property. I'm calling everybody I know, and everyone's like, hey, I'll let you know. But then I'm thinking the other way would be to meet people on the street and say, do you know anybody who wants to sell their home? And if you don't, maybe you'll hear it next time you're at a cocktail party and say, well, there's a guy who has a show called Discover Connecticut who incorporates his listings into the show.
Which is great fun.
Yeah, it's fun. So what I'm doing is highlighting the 400 years of history that we have in all these communities, and
You're
all
learning
the
yourself while you're doing it.
I'm
huh?
learning it, and and I love it because I found out George Washington stayed right over here at the Sun Tavern. I did an episode on that.
Cool is that?
Isn't that amazing? So I did like the full. It was like a 1 minute long, but covered the history of how it was that town hall was burned down, and that George Washington was here in 1783. And then I did just weeks ago. I did the Ogden House. I did like a 4 minute episode of the Ogden House. So I'm trying to just highlight what makes Fairfield so amazing. But then I also, you know, Joe over here from the Jiu-Jitsu?
Yeah.
Okay, Joe's my buddy. So he was on, I did a full episode on the coffee shop and his new Fitspresso like 2 weeks ago. So
Joe
if you,
and Joe?
Yeah, Joe and Joe. So if you happen to go to, on YouTube, just type in Discover CT and you'll see these episodes and you'll see yourself in the next couple of days. I do, but you know what? My new cards are on the way, so let me give you this for now. This is actually my,
You want to sit down?
let me see. Here we go. I'm actually the inventor and patent holder of the only drum in the world for guitar players as well. So that's what that card is.
They play it on their